a Moto3 World Champion with 7 wins, 8 wins in his Moto2 career, and to date 2 wins in the Premier class, which we're sure we'll see more of. Brad Binder is ever rising to the challenge, and his fans are eager to see more. When he is not giving his best, he is always trying to regain momentum, and he's proven that on multiple occasions. Will Brad make it to the Hall of Fame? South African Brad Binder may not have been in the motorcycle racing scene for the longest time. Even so, that has never deterred him from achieving some fantastic performances that took him higher and higher, becoming the 2016 Moto3 World Champion. And not only that, but becoming the first South African to have ever claimed a victory at the Spanish Motorcycle GrandPrix in 2016, left Brad's future filled with limitless possibilities. Brad openly admitted that the change from a Moto2 bike to a Premier bike is a lot harder in terms of how physical an impact it has on your body. He's also said that he looks for his weak points and works on them considerably to become a better rider. We think he has a few more secrets up his sleeve for being so consistent with the top runners. So let's take a look over his star qualities from the beginning to try and find out what it is. Brad Binder saw his first light on August the 11th, 1995. Born in Potchefstroom and raised in South Africa, he started his motorsport career as a kart racer in 2003 and claimed the national championship when he was only 8. Brad was eager for a new challenge in 2005, so he switched to 2 wheels at 10 years of age, never doubting his decision. He proceeded to claim titles in the 50, 125 and 150cc class. His international debut kicked off in 2008 at the British Australia Super Team Series. His first race went nicely, and he completed it in 2nd position, though that couldn't be said about his 2nd race because he had a crash. Brad's fast-paced motorcycle racing progress in South Africa earned him a spot at the 2009 Red Bull Rookies Cup, and his abilities gave him a spotlight in the following seasons. Brad claimed 3 podiums in 2010 and finished in 5th position overall. However, his best moment was in 2011 at Estoril, where he was victorious in the Red Bull Rookies competition by making it to the flag from pole by a 15-second margin. He rode in the 125cc GP the same year, his first time as Louis Salom's replacement. Luis had suffered an injury while racing with the RW Racing team in the GP. Brad gave a fantastic performance, impressed the team, and got his time extended to ride with the team in the 2012 Moto3 races. He made it to the Moto3 Championship in 2012 with the RW Racing team as a full-time rider and finished the year in 21st position. By 2013, he was riding with the Ambrosio Racing team and rose his rank to 13th position overall. He was still with the team in 2014 while riding a Mahindra machine once more and was on the podium twice. Brad continually improved and got himself a place with the KTM Arjo team for Red Bull in 2015, and he improved even more after that, finishing the year in 6th position with 4 podium finishes and a 2nd position in Malaysia. He stuck with the Arjo team for 2016 and claimed his first Moto3 win that year at Jerez under unique circumstances. He was placed at the back of the grid due to a technical problem. This set a fire under his bonnet, and he sped through the field to be at the front group of riders, then remarkably vanished right in front to claim his first victory. He became the first South African to claim a win in a motorcycle Grand Prix after John Urquhart, who was victorious at the Italian Motorcycle Grand Prix in 1981. The victory paved the way for Brad's dominance for the whole year, as he claimed 4 more wins before his race at Motorland Aragon. By the time he was at the 3rd round of the Spanish race, Brad already had 106 points and bore his opportunity to become the first man to have claimed the title at Aragonese. The odds were in Brad's favour, and he kept his cool under pressure to race the way he knew and give it his all at the last corner, finishing the race in 2nd position, with his rival Jorge Navarro coming in 1st place. But Brad gathered enough for him to be crowned the Moto3 World Champion in 2016. He became the 3rd racer from South Africa to become a Grand Prix World Champion after John Urquhart, who in 1980 claimed the same win for the 350cc class, right after Cor Borlington, who had won the 350cc title in 1978 and the 250cc title in 1979. His gap of 143 points against his closest rival was a record victory margin in the lightweight class. Brad continued with Team Arjo in 2017, rising up to join the World Championship in the Moto2 category, while wearing the factory KTM suit. He raced with the squad all through 2018 and 2019, claiming second in the 2019 championship, which gave him the chance to rise to the MotoGP Premier class. With Johan Zarco unexpectedly leaving the team in the previous year just before it ended, Brad got a promotion to ride as much as he had never ridden the RC16 before. Even with all the pressure he faced as a rookie on the bike, there was no way he was giving in. Instead, he showed a fantastic performance. At the start of the year, he had the occasional hiccups. And sure, doesn't every rider go through them? But at Brno, the third race of the season, he claimed an incredible victory and marked a first race win a rider had accomplished with KTM to give them their first victory in the MotoGP class. After this, his same excellent performance dwindled slightly. He had some good runs and made it to the top 5 in Valencia and Austria to finish 8th in the standings. Brad stuck with the team in 2021, where Miguel Oliveira, the two-time race winner, joined him after making his way up from the Tech 3 team. The start of 2021 was challenging for Brad and KTM, but he still managed to stay in the top 10 and was in the top 5 4 times. 5th place 2 times at Mugello and Portimao, and 4th place at Assen and the Sachsenring. Brad had a surprise victory for KTM at the home track during the MotoGP Grand Prix in Austria. With 5 laps to go and rain starting to fall, Brad chose to complete the race on slicks, while most of the other racers in the lead decided to swap their motorcycle tyres with wet tyres. The gamble worked to his advantage, and even with the very slick state of the track and poor braking because of the cold and damp track surface, he managed to hold off a charge by Francesco Bagnaia in the late stages and claimed a victory that day. Brad was still with the Red Bull Racing team in 2022 for the third consecutive season at the 2022 World Championship. He kicked off the year with second place in the Qatar Grand Prix. From that moment, he kept a consistent top 10 finish and tended to give a better performance when in race trim rather than qualifying trim like his teammate Miguel Oliveira. Brad made it to the top 3 for the first time ever in MotoGP at the Japanese Grand Prix of 2022 at the Motegi track, and then accompanied it with another second place podium of the season behind Jack Miller. Here are some interesting facts about Brad Binder. Number 1. If Brad was ever to switch places with another athlete in the present, it would be Max Verstappen's shoes he would walk in for the day. The Red Bull star and F1 World Champion is an excellent choice in many people's eyes. Number 2. All riders have their favourite after-track activities after they've finished the races, and for most, it's always going out for drinks. On the other hand, Brad would instead go back to his place and do nothing. He prefers to chill out after an intensive weekend both on and off the track. Number 3. Just like most people, Brad also has his greatest fears. One of his greatest fears is snakes. His second fear is not being in the top 10 after completing 3 rehearsal sessions, which no rider would ever want to experience. Number 4. Brad loves to ride bicycles when he's not in his straining motorcycle racing career. Another thing he enjoys doing is fishing and playing golf. Number 5. He loves playing the guitar as much as he can also, apart from his fishing and cycling. Yeah, you heard it right. He can play the guitar pretty well. Number 6. So whom would Brad like to have as a dream dinner guest? Brad's choice is surprising since he's an enthusiastic golfer. His dream dinner guest would be Michael Jordan, the most outstanding athlete to ever step foot in sports. For his second option, he would go for Johnny Cash. Number 7. A former rider Brad would select as his teammate would be Kevin Schwantz, the 500cc 1993 World Champion. Number 8. MotoGP takes place on many circuits worldwide, but what track would Brad like to try out his KTM RC16? None other than Kyalami in South Africa. Number 9. Brad is a very skilled chef when associated with Braai, a much beloved barbecue in South Africa. Number 10. Brad is not lacking in the list of pet owners. Rather than keep a dog as a pet, he keeps a parrot. The parrot has been a part of his family from the beginning, even before Darren Binder's birth. His personal life. Brad is the son of Sharon Binder and Trevor Binder. His brother, Darren Binder, is also a professional motorcycle racer. There are no signs of who he's dating or if he is even dating, and for the most part, he likes to keep his life private. Net worth. As of 2022, Brad Binder has a net worth ranging from $100,000 to $1 million, all from his fantastic racing career. Will Brad Binder make it to the MotoGP Hall of Fame? And what more could he possibly achieve? Let us know what you think in the comments. Be sure to check out Moto Plus for more fantastic videos. See you there.